If you're a heating and air conditioning technician or even a salesperson, why should you never, ever apologize for your price? And why does this matter? This is a super important question. I'm Sylvan Bell, coming to you live for HVAC Technician Sales Secrets on a perfect day to talk about sales and a perfect day to talk about you. So I want to run past five things you need to know of why you should never apologize for your price when it comes to what you do, especially if you charge more for your services. And I want to start with something that you see in buyer behavior in a specific type of buyer. There's going to be people that you meet with, and the second that you walk through the door, they automatically start complaining about price. They don't even know what they have to have done. They don't know the work that needs to be performed. They just automatically, oh my goodness, the price for everything. And what it's meant to do is to stop you from telling what needs to be done, or allows them to complain when you say my capacitor is $200, $300, $400, $500, whatever the price is that you charge, right? So through the door, they're reverse price conditioning you. Oh, prices are so expensive. I can't believe how much things cost these days. You're probably going to try to tell me that a capacitor is $300, $400, $500. And what they're looking for you to do is to apologize and say, oh my goodness, I can't believe how expensive things are these days. And my company charges so much. There's other companies out there that charge less. And I got it. I knew it. I knew it. You were a liar, cheater, fraud. And this is why you got to join HVAC Tech Secrets. I'll give you the goods, not in the Facebook group, not in the YouTube channel. Number 2, look at time it took for you to learn your skills, your talents, your capabilities, okay? I'm going to give you some numbers. My numbers are just based upon my education. It took me 5. It took me 5 years to get a 4-year degree, right? It took me another year and a half to get an MBA, year and a half to get an MBA. You know, so let's say that I've got 7.5 years, 6.5 years into school training for me. If you've been a tech for 4 years, you've got the equivalent of a 4-year degree. If you've been a tech for 7.5 years, you've got the equivalent of an MBA. If you've been a tech for 10 years, it's like looking at a PhD. And the reason I bring this up is you got to recognize that your knowledge to look at a piece of equipment and go, oh, I know that from this brand of furnace, there's typically a bad circuit board. Oh, I know that for this brand of air conditioner, there's typically a problem with a low limit switch or a high limit switch. Oh, I know from being out in the field long enough to know that the contactor in this system, the way it's designed on the circuit board, has issues. Right? There's value to that, and that value is time. So especially like on tricky diagnoses, there was plenty of times where I went to a brand of furnace and the person in front of me would kept calling it was like a limit switch, and they changed all the limit switches. No, it was a circuit board issue. Right? There's value to knowing what works and what doesn't. 3, you should work for a higher price company, because at the end of the day, they have the ability to pay for marketing, which is going to get you leads. They have the ability to pay for better technicians, people around you, and pay the wages that you could be paid, right? My belief, may not be your belief. Number 4, mental. Work for the best, right? Anytime that somebody's like, oh my goodness, you know, you're going to have to lower your price. You're going to have to sharpen your pencil. I used to work with this guy, Tad, and anytime somebody says you have to sharpen your pencil, he's like, I'm not the pencil sharpener, right? You're going to have to figure out how to make this happen. And, you know, people like, well, I've got bids to get things done for less. I'm like, hey, look, in my mind, BID is an acronym for Beat Idiot's Deal. At the end of the day, if the only thing that you're shopping on is price, good luck in this industry. Like that's my attitude. It doesn't necessarily have to be your attitude. And I'm not being aggressive about it. I'll have a conversation just like I'm on this video right here. Like, there's things that you need to know. If you're shopping on price in construction, I don't care what trade it is, concrete, roofing, siding, carpet, remodels, there's going to be a problem. There's only 2 inputs. You only have 2 inputs. That's it. Labor and materials. That's all you got in construction. And you can lower the input of materials by using a lesser product. You can lower the input of labor by using less skill. It is, I got to tell you, I got a contractor's license in California. It is on the test. There's only 2 inputs. That's it. You got 2. So there's a mental ability to say, hey, I work for a good company. I work for a good organization. It's important for me mentally to know that. And then number 5, the last thing that you want to have happen is to lose value internally. The last thing you want to start doing is questioning, man, do I work for the right company or the wrong company? I'm going to give you a couple of stats, okay? So let's say that you work for a company and they have $39 tune-ups, $49 tune-ups, $59 tune-ups, $89 tune-ups. The punchline to the joke is that charge does not cover the cost of overhead or even you being in a vehicle to be out there. And so there is a cost incurred. There is a markup on everything. Everything has a markup. There's like a store right up the street from there, and I grabbed a bottle of water, and I think it was like $3. If I bought a case of this at Costco or Sam's Club, they're not $3 each. I'm paying for convenience. I bought a sugar-free Rockstar. I've never had this before. Strawberry peach, right? Strawberry peach. $3. If I bought a flat of them at Costco or Sam's Club, they're not $3. They work out to be like $2.19. I'm paying for convenience. Now, what happens, and I see technicians go through this, is they start questioning, well, you know, this company that I work for, they're charging X amount of dollars for X, Y, and Z. It's the cost of overhead. And especially in a big state, an expensive state like New York, New Jersey, California, where everything is more expensive. So it's interesting. If you look online, it'll tell you that like air conditioner, complete system should cost between like $9,000 and $12,000. And, you know, I got buddies in the trades and I'll call them like, how much is a system right now? And they're like 20. And I say, how often do people say, hey, these systems are supposed to be between 9 and 12 because that's what the internet says. Like that could be for another state like Arkansas, you know, somewhere not California. So it's important for you mentally. It's important for you mentally right here to work for a company that charges more because of the time, the energy, the effort that you put into your trade. What's your value? You know, you've been in the trade for 4 years. You got a 4-year degree in heating and air. You've been in the trade for 10 years. You got a PhD. You know, I know neighborhoods in Sacramento. Just know them. Like, oh, here's 4 or 5 things are going to have to be done in your town, in your city, in your jurisdiction. You could probably drive through a neighborhood and you know, oh, I can't do this, this, and this. And the value is that you know that because it saves time. So if it saves time, it's more valuable to the person you're dealing with. There you go. There's 5. Here, let's get this done the right way. 5. 5 things you need to know about why you should never apologize about your price and why it's super important. You got 1 of 2 things to do from here. It's 1 of 2. Find the subscribe button, click on it, and every time I send a video, you'll get an update as long as you hit that little bell or hit follow. We'll see you soon.